Yo, what up, dudes? Robby Rowe here. It's tank season. You're welcome. Baseball lifestyle, shout out. So I've been trying to come up with progressions in regards to putting a more awareness on the lead leg. I know there's kind of a misinterpretation of what an efficient lead leg block looks like. A lot of people, see a Verlander with that super hyper extension of the front knee, and they want to kind of replicate that. All we're trying to do is just get a feel for blocking that energy coming from the back to the front and not shifting our weight forward, right? Boom. And then usually what we see is knee flexion, touchdown, pelvis rotates over the fixed femur. Now we get into that extension. So don't know if this is going to provide you with any good feedback, but I have a box here with a, wow, brain fart, Eric's pad. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the drive out of the equation, the drive leg out of the equation. I'm going to put it up. I'm going to dig my toes into it, which is going to make me a little bit more of an athlete. And then all I'm going to feel is a kind of a counter rotation. And then as soon as I begin to rotate this trail hip into full hip extension, I'm trying to not necessarily manipulate lead leg block or lead leg knee extension, but I'm just creating that sense of feeling for that lead leg and how it should sequence in regards to the pelvis and the femur, right? So maybe just a simple rocker here. This could be done plyo, dry, towel, whatever you want to do. So a simple rock back, and now I'm throwing, and I'm just real light feeling that sensation. Now I have some like movement restrictions in regards to the way that my pelvis is. So sometimes you'll see when I come down that my knee bows out. So I would assess a lot of guys differently in regards to why their body isn't sequencing efficiently. It could be movement, could be stability, strength, or it could just be the timing of that sequencing of your body. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but again, something like this, just a very simple progression where you can put all of your emphasis and attention on that single thing that you're trying to feel. Now you're probably already understand that the importance of doing this in a dry setting would be a lot more beneficial because you're not having to throw and hit a target or anything. So if you do it in a dry setting, I think it'll be a lot more beneficial, because a lot of my lead leg progressions already are just kind of just feeling that pelvis rotate. Now another thing to take note of is like where or how high you set this box up, because you don't want to be like, right? So you kind of want to get it to where you would land, and then dry setting would be just feeling that sensation. Another thing I was just playing around with that I want to say on camera is play around with the foot positioning. Earlier I said dig your toes in. Even play around with the replication of where you would be on the rubber at the time your front foot is approaching touchdown. So something that I kind of teach is how can we get those hips to rotate essentially where your whole bottom of the foot is shown at touchdown. So that's kind of another thing, is you can kind of play around with that, where you can rock back and slowly begin to rotate that foot and then fall into that fixed femur. So something like this, right? So that's that sequence, and you can just play around with the progressions and then get a towel, and then go at higher speed, then get a plyo ball, go at higher speed, then start your throwing. But I like it elevated. It kind of forces us, I think, into that position of efficiency, and it takes your drive leg essentially out of the equation, so you're not having to put emphasis on, feeling the ground and then shifting and all this stuff. But like I said, could be good, could be not. If it's not, doesn't provide any feedback, bang it. If it does, do 100,000 reps of it. See ya.